Don't tell me you guys have been up all night.
In case you haven't noticed, some of us take our education very seriously.
Yeah, right. So how are you doing with your finals, Charity?
Oh, I finished them up last week.
Hey, girls, in case you haven't noticed, we don't really have time for chit-chat. These have to be in, like, now.
Good morning.
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 Oh, this looks like mud.
Oh, sorry, Dad. It's been on there all night. Here, I'll make you another pot.
Here, no, let me. You work on your paper.
I'm sorry you and Mom didn't get to go on your sailing trip, Dad.
Yeah, so am I.
Eve Russell.
Eve! Guess who?
Well, Ivy, what a surprise. I thought you'd drowned.
Well, lucky for you, I'm an excellent swimmer. You shouldn't have abandoned me, Eve. Julian almost found me on the boat.
Oh, I wish he had. Then this whole nightmare would be over.
Well, for some people perhaps, but not for you. No, if I'd been caught, the first words out of my mouth would have been your name. How do you think Grace and Sam would feel if they knew that I was only on Sam's boat because of your excellent tip?
Oh, how dare you put me in the position to betray my closest friends?
No, you put yourself in that position years ago by sleeping with Julian, and now you have to pay the piper by helping me get Sam into my bed.
No, I'm not going to betray her again. Not after seeing how upset she was on the dock. I'm not going to do it, Ivy.
I would really reconsider that, Eve. Unless, of course, you want your husband, your daughters, and well, your community to know that you're nothing but a common whore. Yes, I'll be talking to you soon, good doctor.
What are you doing home? You could be flirting your icy little heart out with one of your favorite masseurs.
I am so sorry to disappoint you, darling. But my plans changed.
Don't tell me. The spa sent you home, suggesting you'd get more out of a night of hot, passionate sex with your husband than a seaweed wrap.
Hardly. Though if they had, I would have told them which one I found more tempting. And it wouldn't have been you.
Shall I unpack your bag, Mrs. Crane?
Oh, thank you, Muriel.
I'll dry your things before I put them away. I notice they're a bit damp.
Oh, leave the bag. There we are. Bit damp. Ooh, 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 ooh. What happened? What were you really up to last night, darling?
How's he doing?
He's still unconscious. So how'd you know I'd be here?
It wasn't that hard to figure out, Whit. It's where you spent most of yesterday and the day before. But it's time to realize how you feel about him.
Guilty, Teresa. That's the only thing I feel for Chad. He wouldn't be in this condition if it weren't for me. I mean, the least I can do is to try to be here for him when he regains consciousness, you know?
You'll be the first thing he sees. That's so romantic.
Wet noodles are romantic to you, Teresa. It's just not me.
Okay. I can take a hint. Guess what happened with Ethan last night?
Okay, wait. He looked deep into your eyes and held your hand and told you that he believed in fate. Come on, honey, I've heard it before.
He kissed me, Whit. And I don't mean like on the cheek.
He's kissed you before, too.
But this time he definitely knew it was me. He kissed me like he loves me.
Don't go.
I have to.
Tell me why you're watching me.
I can't.
Why not? For once in your life, admit how you really feel about me. Why do you keep running away from it?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do. So I've been doing the same thing. I've been running away from what I want. How I feel.
Louise. Oh, Louise. Louise.
Sheridan. Sheridan. Hey. What's going on?
Louise.
Well, then why'd you call me?
I was asleep. I was dreaming.
You were dreaming about me?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
What are you dreaming about?
I don't know. You know how fast you can forget them.
Well, you said my name. You were obviously dreaming about me.
Well, maybe I was dreaming about French hitmen trying to kill me, and I called my bodyguard for help. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Wake up, Sheridan. I've got your breakfast. Oh, God.
Ethan took me in his arms and pulled me so close to him I could count his heartbeats. And then he planted a major kiss right on my lips.
Teresa, are you sure you're not making this up? Or maybe it was another one of your dreams?
What? I was wide awake, and so was Ethan.
So, what did he say? What happened afterwards?
Well, I could barely breathe, so I didn't say a word. And Ethan, I think it caught him by surprise. And he claims it happened because I was so emotional after the movie we had seen.
Look, Teresa, I hate to say this, but you are so full of it, okay? The only person that Ethan loves is Gwen.
I admit that Ethan thinks he loves Gwen, but that's only because he hasn't considered what his life could be like with me. The way I see it, Ethan and Gwen are like a castle built out of sand. It looks very nice, but it's not very sturdy. My love for him is like a tide washing in. A little at a time, so you hardly notice it at first. And one of these days, Ethan is gonna look around and realize that the castle's crumbled, and the only thing left behind is him and me. And that's the day he'll know who he's supposed to be with.
Do tell how you managed to dampen your overnight bag when it hasn't rained for days. Where did you really go last night, Ivy?
Well, I was headed towards the spa.
But along the way, you decided to take a dip in the ocean with your favorite travel tote.
Very funny. No, it was too foggy, so I decided to come home. I left my overnight bag on the front step, and I forgot about it. The gardeners turned on the sprinklers this morning before I could remember it.
Well, you weren't the only person whose plans were thwarted last night due to fog. Sam Bennett had to abort his sailing junket with the little woman.
Really?
Yes, I went down to the docks to speak to him about a judicial system that has Louise guarding Sheridan around the clock.
What on earth are you talking about?
The feds deputized Pilar's son to protect Sheridan.
Oh, dear. And after you and Alistair went to all that trouble to keep them apart.
So I found Grace Bennett in a total tizzy because her poor Samikins was out in the fog all by himself. Seems the fool had taken the boat out on a trial run without her. Lord knows, if I were married to Grace, I'd have left her behind on purpose.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, darling.
I thought you went to your spa.
Oh, plans changed. The weather wasn't agreeable. Besides, there's so much to do on the wedding. Not that Teresa isn't doing a wonderful job.
Oh, she's amazing. I can't get over everything she's done.
Yes, I understand. She's become quite indispensable.
Still, I'm sure Gwen would like to oversee the guest list and the invitations herself.
Oh, well, she won't be able to. She's still in New York trying to close that deal.
But surely she's the bride-to-be. She wants to be involved in some of the wedding plans.
Well, I'm going to try her father again, see if he can change her mind, but... I talked to her last night and I didn't have any luck.
What? You mean you told her you wanted her to come home?
I practically begged her. But she's so committed to her work. It's one of the things I love about her.
But why would you ask her to abandon her work and come home? And you just said that Teresa was doing a remarkable job. The wedding plans. I've seen firsthand how well you two work together. What's the real reason you begged Gwen to come home, son?
I want Gwen back in Harmony because I miss her.
That's a foreign concept to your father, dear. Don't waste your energy trying to explain it to him.
That's all right. You two keep on talking about soulmates and the like. I'll be in the library if anyone needs me.
Well, that's highly unlikely.
We both know the real reason you want Gwen to come home, boy.
Whatever your father said, just pay him no mind. He knows nothing of love and romance, and of course you want your bride to be back. I'm just so happy that the two of you are finally getting married and settling down, you know. Not everyone is lucky enough to spend their lives with their first love.
What about your first love, Mother? What happened to him?
Done. What's Miss Marr's email address?
I know it by heart. Let me type it in.
Why isn't it sending?
I don't know. Let me try it again.
Are you sure you have the right address?
I'm positive.
Oh my god, oh my god. If I don't get this sent in right now, there is no way my parents are going to let me go to the prom.
Louise, Sheridan, I'm sorry. I thought you were alone. I'll come back later.
No, Mom, please. Relax. I mean, this isn't what you think.
Well, it's none of my business. You're both adults.
You think Luis and I were... I can't believe you'd think that. Not if you were the last man on Earth. No offense.
Didn't Teresa tell you?
I didn't see your sister this morning.
Look, I asked her to fill you in. The FBI appointed me Sheridan's round-the-clock bodyguard till further notice.
Why you?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We tried to argue with him, but it didn't do any good.
And the only reason I came in here is because Sheridan was calling out in her sleep.
I was having a nightmare. A horrible nightmare.
Not the ones you used to have.
Oh, no, thank God. No, I haven't had one of those in a long time. This was something else.
Then you're all right.
I'm fine.
So the fact that there are two goons out there on the loose whose sole purpose in life is to kill Sheridan. That's why I'm here.
Well, you'll be safe. Luis is very dedicated to his work. I'll come back later to clean up.
No. I don't want you doing that.
It's my job, Luis.
I don't care. I don't want you cleaning up after after anyone.
Why don't we go out to the living room and have some coffee?
I got that.
Pilar, have you heard from Hank yet this morning?
No, why?
He was over here last night, and he went out to go get some ice cream, but never came back. I think I'll call him, make sure he's all right. I'll be right out there. What happened to you, Hank?
This is not fair. I am not going to get to go to the prom after everything that I've done. I mean, I've worked so hard on this paper.
Why don't I print it out and you can go get dressed and then you can just run it over to Miss Marr?
Because, Jessica, it'll be too late by then. I'm doomed, basically. Here, let me try, Kay. Charity, I don't really see how you can help. I'm sorry. I'm really upset. And I just meant that I don't see how you can help after we've tried a million times.
Well, I had trouble sending an email to Miguel the other night, but I finally got it to work. So, if I could just remember what I did.
I cannot believe this is happening.
It's curtains for me, too, Kay. I'm gonna miss my deadline, too.
Your final's in.
How'd you do that?
Well, the folder's a little bit temperamental. For some reason, it only wants to send from the A drive, so I just copied it over from the C drive. Do you want me to do yours, too?
Yeah, thank you. You bet. Thank you so much. She saved us, Kay.
You're right. Thank you so much, Charity. You don't know what this prom means to me.
That kiss was a major breakthrough. And with Gwen still away, it'll give Ethan the time he needs to realize that he's in love with me.
When is she coming back, Teresa?
Oh, that's the best part. Not till right before the wedding. The wedding that's never gonna happen.
It was just a kiss, okay?
But it wasn't, Whit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you've ever been kissed that way, well, you know what I'm talking about. You have been kissed like that, haven't you?
Look, Teresa, if I tell you, you're gonna make way too big a thing out of it, okay?
I can't believe you've been holding out on me, Whitney. Well, who was it? It was Chad, wasn't it? I knew it!
It wasn't a big deal, okay? It just sort of happened. And that's what I was thinking about when that scaffolding was about to fall on me.
Whit, and you think you don't have a thing for Chad? You're in love with him.
Mother, I've asked you if you loved someone before you met Father, and you've never given me a straight answer.
It's because well, there's just nothing to tell.
Well, does he live here in Harmony? Do you see him? Please, Mother, I would really like to know.
He's married to someone else now.
Well, so are you. That doesn't mean you can't meet from time to time, know each other as friends.
Ethan.
Well, he obviously meant a lot to you at one time.
Yes, he did. I can't talk to you about this.
Well, Mother, I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry, but it's just you got me curious when you talked about Gwen being my first love.
Well, she is, isn't she?
Well, of course. But I just wondered, what happens if you don't marry that person? Will you ever get over them?
You know, I don't really think I'm the right person for you to ask about this.
Because your marriage to Father is a disappointment. But you've always told me that I was conceived out of a great love. Is that true?
I swear to you, by everything I hold dear, I have never loved anyone more than I loved your father.
But I don't get it. You two are so distant.
Things aren't always what they seem, Ethan, okay?
Yeah, I guess not. I got some work to do.
Grace is the love of my life, the mother of my children, and that is sacred.
You mean because you have a child with Grace, that's what binds you to her?
It's one thing, yes. A very important thing.
Well, we have a child, Sam. A son. A son that will bind us together forever.
Sam!
I need to speak to you about last night.
What about it?
It wasn't the fog that ruined my sailing trip with Grace. It was Ivy.
Ivy?
Yeah, she snuck on the boat before I got there. And when I boarded, I heard the shower running, so I assumed it was Grace. So I set sail. When I realized it was Ivy, I headed the boat back to shore, even though she did everything in her power to keep me there. It was all I could not to throw her overboard.
I'm so sorry, Sam.
Eve, why are you sorry?
Is there nothing you can do to change your assignment?
Believe me, I don't want to guard Sheridan's body any more than she wants me to. I tried talking to the FBI. They wouldn't budge. I just hope I can make detective out of this.
I hope something good comes from it myself. I better get back to the main house.
Now, wait a second. There's something I want to ask you. Now, why didn't you ever tell me that we used to live in this cottage?
Who told you?
I saw my name written on the wall in Sheridan's closet. And I remembered Papa measuring me when I was little.
I remember that as well.
But why didn't you ever say anything about us being booted out after Papa disappeared?
Because I knew that it would make you more resentful of the Cranes than you already were.
It doesn't surprise me they forced us out of our own home. And I know they're responsible for our Papa's leaving us. I haven't given up, Mama. I'm gonna get to the bottom of what happened to Papa.
Forget the past, Luis. You only have one job to do on this estate, and that is to protect Sheridan.
I'm going to protect Sheridan. Forget the past? Never. I'm gonna find out what the damn Cranes did to Papa if it's the last thing that I ever do.
Julian, sometimes I wonder if you're really my son. You should have prevented Luis' assignment as Sheridan's bodyguard. Pull!
I didn't know it had happened, Father, until after the fact. Besides, the FBI insisted.
The Federal Bureau of Idiots. It's a sad day in America when the Cranes can't subvert government policy.
Even Sam Bennett was no help. I'm afraid, Father, that we're stuck with the fact that Luis is going to be Sheridan's bodyguard, at least for the moment.
I don't have to remind you how much that displeases me. Everything this family has worked for is on the line. I'm warning you, Julian. If Luis starts digging into his father's disappearance again, we'll have no alternative.
Alternative?
He must be stopped, even if it means killing him. Pull!
I understand, Father.
Look, I never should have said anything, Teresa. I knew you would just make too much of it.
Okay, wait. Whatever floats your boat. But a kiss that gets to you so bad that you don't notice a scaffold about to fall on your head usually means something. I mean, think about it. Look, I gotta get to the Cranes.
What, to work?
Among other things. I don't have much time before Gwen gets back to get Ethan to see that he loves me.
Just be careful, okay?
One of these days, you're gonna learn that being in love and being careful don't have anything to do with each other. That sometimes you gotta throw caution to the wind. Take impossible seeming risks. Ethan himself told me that. And I believe it. Okay, bye. Thanks.
thing you didn't hear any of that, Chad. I'm just not ready.
Eve, why are you sorry about Ivy's latest pathetic effort to seduce me?
Oh, I just meant that
Look, I blame her and whoever told her that Grace and I plan to go sailing. If I ever find out who's giving Ivy the ammunition to try to hurt my marriage, God help them.
So you think that Ivy hasn't given up?
I used to. Not anymore. I mean, if anything, she's stepping up the program to try to get me to cheat on Grace. Eve, I am at wit's end here. I really need your help. You're a woman. And you're my wife's best friend. How do I get Ivy to stop trying to destroy my marriage?
I trust you'll stay on top of the Lopez-Fitzgerald situation.
Of course, Father.
Fine. I'll be in touch then.
Wait, Father. I need to ask you something.
Make it snappy. I'm a busy man, Julian.
Since you seem so good at keeping tabs on what goes on in this house, even in your absence, perhaps you could tell me where my wife was last night.
Why do you care where Ivy was? You've never loved her. She hasn't been in your bed for years.
That's not the point, Father.
Well, then what is your male pride?
Get over it, Julian. Focus on what's important, the threat Louise poses to our family.
Still, I'm certain she's up to something. She's been acting very strangely.
Fine, I'll give her activities a closer look. For Ivy's sake, I hope you're wrong. But with Sheridan and Louise cohabitating at her cottage, I'm in no mood for any other problems.
Shower's free if you want it, Luis.
Look, don't worry, Mama. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Okay. Trust me, Pilar. I don't like this setup any better than you do.
Oh, don't misunderstand me, Sheridan. I was a bit taken aback at first. But now that I think about it, part of me is glad that Luis was assigned to protect you. I mean, you will definitely be safe. No one takes their job more seriously than my son.
What does the other part of you think?
Well, being here has touched off something in Luis that I had hoped that he had put in the past.
His father's disappearance.
He still blames your family. And now that he's staying on the estate, I'm afraid that he's going to use the opportunity to start digging into it again.
I can't blame him.
Nor can I, but I can try to discourage him, and I ask you to do the same.
But you all deserve the truth. I mean, no matter how it affects my family. And if I can find out what it is, then I'll do just that. For your sake, Pilar.
There are times when it's better not to know the truth. Not to go looking for answers you really don't want to hear.
Oh, Father, I'll be working at home today, so if Teresa comes in, I won't be needing her.
Oh, I thought she was such an invaluable assistant.
She is. I just don't want to be disturbed.
Oh, interesting. First you're desperate to get Gwen home, and now suddenly you don't feel like being around Teresa anymore. What are you afraid of, son?
I'm not afraid of anything.
That your passions will get the better of your uptight, groomed-to-be morality, and you'll end up ravishing the ravishing daughter of a housekeeper.
For the last time, Father, I am not like you.
Well, you can say what you will till the cows come home, but it won't make a difference. You're a Crane to the core.
Sometimes I wonder how that's possible.
Kayla's you big for getting your final in on time.
Oh, I was glad to help. I know how much the prom means to her.
What about you? Are you feeling any better about going?
What? Oh, sure. It'll be fine.
We interrupt our regular programming for this special update on the Harmony High prom boat disaster. Hopes are dwindling that there are any survivors. Again, the Coast Guard is confirming that it appears everyone on board the prom boat has drowned.
Okay. I am fried from our all-nighter. We should be home sleeping right now.
Simone, I'm sorry, but we have way too much to do and so little time. We need to get over to that boat and make sure that the container we're going to rig with the fish guts is going to spill right on the dance floor.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
It sounded like a moan. There's a guy on the ground over there.
He's probably just drunk.
But what if he's hurt?
Oh my God! Call 911! It's my Uncle Hank! Uncle Hank, are you okay? Uncle Hank, can you hear me?
Don't worry, it's just a plate.
No, not that. What he just said.
What who just said?
The newscaster about all the people being killed at the prom.
What are you talking about?
The report that was just on TV, didn't you hear that?
Charity, the TV's not on. It hasn't been on all morning. See for yourself.
Oh my God. What's happening to me?
Are you really awake? Oh, that's great. Let me get my mom, okay?
Wait. I want to talk.
Okay. About what?
I heard what you said about us. Mama leave?
She's up at the main house.
You want me to change somewhere else?
Oh, no. You stay. I need to change, too. I'll get it. Hello? Oh, my goodness. Yes, I'll be right there. Hank was found on the wharf, badly beaten.
She's still alive?
I don't know. The ambulance is on its way to the hospital right now.
I wish that I could help you, Sam, but Ivy just doesn't seem like someone who's amenable to reason.
She's not. I've told her repeatedly that I have no interest in picking up where we left off years ago. But it's like she doesn't listen.
Or she just doesn't want to. She's so used to getting her own way.
Well, she's not this time. I'll do anything I can to keep her from hurting Grace. I almost told Grace the whole story last night. She didn't feel like talking. She just wanted to be close.
Sam, I never saw Grace so worried as she was on that dock, waiting for you to come in.
I was never so happy to see anyone as I was when I saw her. She's my life, Eve. And I'm not going to let Ivy destroy it.
What are you going to do?
Well, for starters, I'm not going to tell anybody where I plan to go have a vacation with Grace. Except for you and TC, of course. I mean, but that's safe.
I'm so sorry, Sam. I mean, I'm just so sorry that you have to go through all of this.
So am I. But, thanks. I'm going to let you get back to work, okay?
Well, that is good news. Sam will keep telling you all about his secret getaways, and you can tell me.
You're just out of your mind. Didn't you learn anything at all from last night, Ivy? Julian came that close to catching you.
Well, I'll just be more careful next time, that's all.
Well, since you were eavesdropping, didn't you just hear Sam say that he doesn't want anything to do with you?
Oh, that's what he says now. But I know something that'll change his mind and his heart.
Ivy, there is nothing that you can say or do that is going to make Sam want you.
Actually, there is. But the price tag, it's a little steep, and I'm not quite sure I'm ready to pay it just yet.
Yes? Teresa.
Hi, Mr. Crane. I am so sorry to bother you, but I was looking for some papers that I've been working on for Mrs. Crane's party, and I thought they might be here.
I haven't seen them, but you're welcome to look.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. They're not here. Maybe Ethan has them. Mr. Crane, I thought that Ethan might be here this morning.
He's up in his bedroom. In fact, he told me to tell you he'd be waiting for you to join him.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. I'll go up right now.
Yes, you go up right now to Ethan's bedroom. We'll see if my son can resist you this time. He thinks he's nothing like his father.